Good evening, or afternoon, or really late at night, depending on where you are. Welcome on in to GG Speedruns. Today we've got 4 matches coming at you in the Super Smash TV Easy Percent Tournament. I'm Bryce Off, and joining me here in the booth, Ferran, who will be here for all 4 of the races tonight. Are you excited for this lineup?
Another quadruple header in 3 days. 2 quadruple headers, 3 days. I love it. That's what I wanted to say. Good morning.
There we go. We covered most of all of the options there. Tonight we have 4 matches for you. We're starting with Ladob and InfiniteMystery, a second chance bracket. Loser unfortunately leaves town at the end of this match. And following that, we have matchups with the 1 seed, a matchup with the 2 seed, and a matchup with the 3 seed coming at you on top half bracket matches. So going to be some good ones coming in. You get to see some of the top players go and maybe some upsets because now everyone's sub-6 on that top half. So there's no room to hide anymore.
Yeah, it's now getting down to the contenders and the pretenders on that upper half, but here it's all about battling for survival.
And speaking of, we are underway here. Game 1, InfiniteMystery and Ladob. InfiniteMystery, the 32 seed, going to be in tough here. Ladob is a sub-6 runner and lost a fairly close one with Johnny Link on the top half. And we will have to wait and see how InfiniteMystery is going to do. The PBs are a fair large amount apart, you would have to say.
A little more than fair large.
Well, that's about the politest way to say it. So let's see how we're doing up here. As you can see, Ladob's going to be out well ahead of InfiniteMystery. I mean, it's going to be, what, over 10 seconds. So that's already a sizable lead. Let's see what Ladob can do. First drop is going to be a foot. Nothing too special there.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Second drop is an orb here, Burgundy, so you'll love to see that at least.
Yep, we have a spreader over on InfiniteMystery's side and a foot to complement it.
All those rockets are pretty complimentary. You got to love those when they come free with the room. Complimentary. Haha.
Yeah, a little bonus there. Well, InfiniteMystery had the orb, and then the soldiers got to be a bit much there. It's trying to get to that razor shield for some separation, does so, and gets a replacement orb. So now kind of in the position that one wants to be, and some spreaders on top of it to hopefully finish off the room here. And more spreaders. Save those for Mutoid Man game.
Ladob having a little bit of difficulty at the start of that room with the swirl, but got it done, got the rockets to help clean it up. So let's see if InfiniteMystery can get out of here with that orb intact. Unfortunately, no. But does get the rockets at least, so we'll be set up for that.
And at least in the early going was trying to kind of use them sparingly and sporadically, trying to use them to take out those shrapnel. There are 18 of those Mr. Shrapnels in Eat My Shrapnel. Shrapnel. And only 4 of them can appear on screen at a time, and you have to take out all 18 along with the varying green and purple swarmers in order to finish the room.
And as you can see, InfiniteMystery taking a death does get an orb here near the end of the room just to finish off these shrapnels, while Ladob is absolutely just mowing through total carnage right now. Got that razor shield early and has been controlling the middle.
We got a little wide with that upper right, but gets an immediate replacement orb. The game being very benevolent here with InfiniteMystery.
So Ladob in the low 3 going to be out into the bonus room. InfiniteMystery dropping the orb there. Going to get a rocket refill right in the middle of the room. Great location.
With newer and less experienced runners, it's a matter of keeping that middle, which, especially if you're a newer player, is easier said than done.
So Ladob gets a razor shield opening drop, pretty solid, can just ignore the swarmers for a second or two, and then gets a nuke to complement it. That's a good combo at the start of that room.
Also good to come with the room.
2 gifts are better than 1. Ladob, meanwhile, now just hoping for some rockets, maybe some spreaders, but otherwise pretty set for the room. Just needs to focus on firing lanes and taking care of those tanks as soon as they pop up. Infinite Mystery, meanwhile, working at total carnage. Here comes the swirl. Does have a spreader available. And down goes Infinite Mystery trying to get the spreader.
It goes through those swirls of sorrow as they tend to appear. I believe it's, what, 62 seconds after being in the room or something thereabouts?
It's about 65-ish, 60. It's somewhere in that
65-ish?
range. Yeah. So 62.
I don't know. I just know it's at least a minute because I usually see them.
Starting out here, Ladob's going to try for a ball buster here. Trying to put the orb into the base of Mutoid's neck and gets it done. I'm surprised I didn't hear 42% of a single form. It's like one of Burgundy's calling cards. It deals 420 points of damage, which is 42% of a form, because each form has 1,000 hit points.
I didn't want you to think there was a 141 2/3% chance that I was going to say that particular line.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm already seeing Jack saying "was," so our information's probably wrong on that. I've just been following the script laid out by LOZ, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Infinite Mystery gets shrapnelled. Well, Ladob has popped both arms here. Not getting much for a sub-6 time, unfortunately. Well, as I say this, here comes the spreader as the ribcage is exposed. Taking the death, will pick it up. Oh, Mutoid runs away, Burgundy. Hate to see it.
Oh, running away, eh? You yellow rascal, come back and get what's coming to you.
Nice little backstep from Ladob there, realizing there was trouble coming and cut through the mine with the invulnerability on. Pretty smart awareness there. Infinite Mystery continuing to work in tank troubles. Ladob is probably onto the final form right now.
Oh, gets the razor shield, but the bullets were already in the middle on Infinite Mystery's side.
Ooh, bit of a takedown there. And I first continue here for Infinite Mystery. Ladob, meanwhile, looking for a weapon to finish off Mutoid Man. Finally getting a lobber here after some empty drops and a death. Try to finish it off with this weapon while spreaders are the order of the day here for Infinite Mystery, who can't get past the shrapnels as Ladob finishes off Mutoid. Probably won't be happy with the time, but will win race number 1 here.
It was 6:55 for Ladob, and Infinite Mystery thought it was the top door. It's going to head on over to the right, 7:03 into Mutoid Man.
I'd buy that for $1.
So to get a PB, we're gonna have to see a pretty fast Mutoid, and we did see on a previous race here for Infinite Mystery, did not know about the spreader exploit, or at least didn't recognize it happening. It still seems to be playing on the US version as well, due to Mutoid Man firing those lasers nonstop. Not able to make it to the grenades there. Has a spreader available right under Mutoid. Probably not going to get it though, swinging too wide.
And rolling down on top of it, just, to be even meaner.
That is very, very unkind of you, Mutoid. Infinite Mystery now with lobbers, landing them somewhat in the middle. Going to land a few extra damage. Shot pops the first arm. Nice lobber location there, easy to get to. Infinite Mystery, though, going to be getting cornered potentially. Looks like Mutoid's finally coming up, and going to the bank shot is Infinite Mystery. Got to play it like that, up that close to stay in range, otherwise the shots will miss. Going for the spreader in tight, gets it, but walks into Mutoid. Mr. continue to pound home shots. Both arms out here, Burgundy. There goes the chest now. PB probably not in the cards. Would need to see a fair amount of lobbers to chain together, but well, there's the perfect spreader setup. Has the spreader with the invulnerability, but again, doesn't seem to be aware of or has forgotten about the exploit, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, the glitch. I keep saying exploit. It actually is a glitch.
Well, it's a glitch that people exploit, so you're technically right. The best kind of right.
I have heard that is the best one. Pounding away with spreader shots, getting another lobber to refill over here. Not going to go for it, just focusing on that spreader damage. And now hoping for another drop. There is a drop there. Can he get it? He can get it. Does he know that, though? Doesn't appear so.
Either didn't know or didn't see it, or maybe just didn't think it was retrievable.
It looks like Ladob is now loading up a little Scarface action on the left here. Let's see if people are going to accuse him of quote-unquote flexing.
I would have said taking a page out of Brysolf's playbook, but that's just me.
That's nicer than saying flexing. What are you going to do? All right, Infinite Mystery on the second last form. Firing away here, trying to pop out the last form, the actual return of the Mutoid head. And unfortunately, a shrapnel was hiding in behind the life counter. I didn't even see that one. And final form here, Mutoid Man comes flying out, shooting lasers like a madman. Grenades can be grabbed. Infinite Mystery staying clear. I think maybe trying to avoid another death. Can get that, still gets it, but walks into Mutoid. And that'll be a second continue, unfortunately. Lobbers now. This is a bit tougher to land them on this form. His hitbox is quite a bit smaller of an area. Doesn't seem like an enemy that big and be easy to hit, but far more difficult on the final form.
Especially if you're not able to utilize, and this is something that I know I struggle with as well as a lot of other people, the bank shots, being able to ricochet off the wall to get a target a little bit closer towards the wall.
Mutoid Man explodes, one more shrapnel to go, down it goes, and Infinite Mystery will be out with an 11-13. So we'll get them underway as soon as possible here for game number 2. And remember, there are 3 more matches to follow this one tonight. Next up would be the number 1 seed, the defending champion, CHX42, taking on Johnny Link, who won the Johnny Link Ladob matchup in the opening round. Following that will be yours truly, Brysolf, the 3 seed, taking on the 14 seed Scotty. And then to finish up the night, we've got the 2 seed Aquas taking on Jackamus, the 18 seed, who pull off a minor upset over E.T. Go Ham in their opening tilt. But as we said on bracket night, pretty much 10 through 23, it was anyone's game. It's so tight in the middle of the field this year. It's hard to call them full-on upsets. But, an upset by seeding is an upset.
Yeah, an upset would be something like, I don't know, me getting a victory.
Oh, come on. I'm sure you can get a victory. Maybe.
I mean, I'd stand a puncher's chance against Zelnarak, maybe?
Well, there is talk out there of trying to do a for tournament 10 and raising funds to make a huge prize pool for the 10th and final tournament I'm going to run of this game, of having Ferran Burgundy and LZ Cardsfan 23 facing off against one another in a best of 7. So, an initiative to put some money in the pot to make that happen. I'm sure there's a few viewers that would love to see the 2 commentators picking up the old pea shooter and going at us.
I mean, I would say that I have the experience advantage, but I have played all of one tournament and basically went 0 for the tourney, save for a hardware issue on Jackamus's side.
We should be underway here momentarily for game number 2, and pass the baton after 10 years. I see in chat. No, just 10 seems like a good number to run, just to call it there. That's my plan. That's what I'm going with. I just feel it is time for me to call it off at that point, and then we're going to do a big year-long lead-in celebration to that tournament. But for now, we are at Tournament 8, and GG Speedruns, by the way, will be the host through Tournament 10. So make sure if you have not dropped a follow and you love the Smash TV action, you drop one now. Game number 2 underway.
All right, the manip setup here for Ladob has the opening Razor Shield.
And Infinite Mystery, again, no Razor Shield setup here. Just going to be living with nukes in the pea shooter. A little better control this time. Not as much running around as there was previously, so this should theoretically make for a better time. Razor Shield right at the end of the room now. And yeah, this will be a bit better than last time, but still going to be a pretty solid lead. Looks like that was a sub 40 for Ladob. Very nice. First drop orb, too. This is setting up very nicely for our favorite in this matchup.
Ladob ignoring the spreader in the corner, opting to keep control of the middle.
Infinite Mystery getting rockets now, so... And more rockets to follow, so a bit of a tough grab by the door. Picks it up, though, no problem, as Ladob is just holding it down with very steady pea shooter fire. Didn't need anything else. It's going to be a very respectable 1, 2, 3 into Eat My Shrapnel.
Easy as A, B, C, baby, you and me.
Well, I mean, I wasn't necessarily setting that up, but I wasn't not necessarily setting that up.
Of course not. Wow, Infinite Mystery's just taking life from the jaws of death there and able to go over and pick up the orb.
Ladob's doing a lot of movement around this room, and once you have that orb and the shrapnel somewhat under control, there's no real need to go out adventuring like this. You just make it harder on yourself. We'll get away with it. It's going to be a 203 for Infinite Mystery in to Eat My Shrapnel. Ladob out at a 206. Razor Shield for Infinite Mystery will help with some protection in this room. Meanwhile, Ladob starts with a Razor Shield in Total Carnage. That's a great first drop in that room.
So the good news was Infinite Mystery had picked up some rockets to complement the orb and the Razor Shield, get that Holy Trinity. But and now gets another here, but was trying to hug the wall to get the shrapnel, not realizing that the Razor Shield kind of keeps you away from the wall a little bit.
Yeah, and then unfortunately it blew apart all the Razor Shield that Infinite Mystery had. This is looking like a fantastic TC again here for Ladob. Should be finishing up here momentarily, and indeed, that's the end of the spawns. That's going to be a very respectable 56-57, as Infinite Mystery unfortunately drops the orb on the hallway of grunts at the start of Total Carnage.
Yeah, why they're lined up in a circle waiting for you always boggled my mind, but...
It's because they used to watch all those old Kung Fu movies and realized attacking one at a time wasn't nearly as effective.
And yet they never realized that in professional wrestling.
Well, there might be a little bit of story behind that. That it's, scripted. Ladob managing to get rid of both gunners here. Gets a Razor Shield drop late and gets back to the middle with it fully healthy. Solid routing there on that. Able to avoid the tank as it came in. Carefully gets the spreader near the mine.
Another orb here for Infinite Mystery is going to go over, use the nuke for a little bit of breather, and now here come more of all the things.
Indeed, even the swirl coming in. Nice little route here from Infinite Mystery to get to that spreader. Gets a Razor Shield refill, so probably on a better pace than previous. Another respectable entry time here, about a 4:19 it looks like, and a 4:25 into the bonus room for Infinite Mystery.
I'd buy that for $1.
Ladob starting out with a lobber here, looking maybe to set up a ball buster. Mutoid moves away, should be easier to line it up from here, but swings it way too far to the side. Gets a spreader drop, decides against dying when Mutoid moved up. Great decision there. Probably would have been blocked. It was just a good call by Ladob on that one. Tank Trouble with rockets at the bottom for Infinite Mystery. Somehow gets it, does not get a spawn at the bottom door. And with these rockets, we'll get rid of both gunners early. This will be a big time help in this room. Is that another spreader for Ladob?
Yes, it is.
One more solid drop. We could be looking at a PB here. He's gonna try for here. Let's see. The next drop is a spreader. It's a definite PB. You can see Ladob just hunting for the next drop, and it's a foot. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, the spreader in the feet. He could have died for that one. He could still. I'm trying to remember now. His PB's in the 5.4s. I don't think he's gonna get one now. But a sub 6 definitely on the table. Infinite Mystery, meanwhile, having a bit of difficulty in tank trouble. And it's a 5.54, 5.53 it looks like for Ladob.
And you can see just the wincing as the PB for Ladob is a 549.699. Just roughly 5 seconds shy of a PB.
If that spreader doesn't land on his feet and he takes a death, it might have been a small PB. It would have been something like a 5.40. Actually, you know what? It would have been, because the form change would have happened immediately. He would have killed that boss, no problem, really fast with that. Unfortunate how that played out, but you know what? A sub 6 is a sub 6 in a tournament race.
Right you are about that.
Infinite Mystery in over a minute ahead of his time from last time, I believe. Spreader on the feet to start. Will just start working on the gunners here. Has to watch out for the lasers as they start flying. Really got to be careful with that. Again, playing on the North American version means constant lasers anytime Mutoid has his head sticking out. Infinite Mystery could have got that lobber, but probably worried about the hitbox. The enemy's hitbox at the top doesn't extend up as high as visually you see. It's sort of a pseudo 3D effect they were going for. You have room behind the tank treads. Lobber on the feet now for Infinite Mystery. Shooting a lot of shots here that are kind of just landing in between the two tank treads. Not all those were dealing damage, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, especially with those lasers going as much as they are, to try to dodge that fire while also returning some of your own.
Pretty solid movement there by Infinite Mystery, walking around the shrapnels, just kind of maneuvering carefully. Shooting that one off his backside, not a bad call. Spreader doesn't deal much damage unless you're getting some extra damage by having the barrel inside Mutoid. Doesn't see that shrapnel piece, but you know what? That might get him to the rocket. And it sure does. Having a bit of trouble lining up these shots. None of those rockets hit at the end. They were all flying past. That's part of that pseudo 3D hitbox visual setup I was just talking about.
There you go. Go behind Mutoid, man. It's the safest place to be right now. Especially with the rapid fire lasers.
Yeah, the diagonal's even safer because you don't deal with this up and down movement that's near as trolly. The problem is it's harder to keep the shots on target. But either way here, the rib cage popped open, looking to get that head popped off here. The next drop is right there, and there it goes, unfortunately. Mutoid doing the old mother hen business. And an invulnerability, so PB probably not in the cards here for Infinite Mystery. We'll be able to get this. Has to be careful. The mine doesn't step on the mine. Pops the head. Has a spreader to grab there as this lobber runs out. Gonna pick it up. Nice tight grab there from Infinite Mystery. And steps away from Mutoid. Unfortunately, the next drop is a key. I mean, you know what? I said PB's off the table. Would need to get some weapons the whole way of decent value. That is not a weapon.
That's key.
See what you did there. Lobber now. Got to be careful. Solid little cut on the corner of Mutoid. Dangerous to do in the final form due to movement, but great movement to get it done. Would have to blow him up here in the next few seconds. I don't think it's going to happen this time, but this is going to be the closest Infinite Mystery's been to the PB in the tournament thus far. Steps on a mine. I'm assuming that was accidental, and that will be a continue.
Infinite Mystery's PB is a 952, So very close to it. Just there you go. Gets that lobber.
Just needs to land, I'd say. Well, rocket's easier to hit. I prefer them on the final form personally, even though they deal so less damage. And there you go. It's going to be like a 10-16, so not far off, but just not quite able to get it done with the knowledge of spreaders and how to make use of them. All right. I think Infinite Mystery may not have been looking at the screen there. Walking into the corner. Done in 10-16, 10-17. And it's 2 games to none here for Ladob on the back of that sub-6. Still 3 more matches to come up today, guys. It's a quadruple header here on GG Speedruns. Also scheduled, coming in tomorrow, starting at 6 Eastern, we've got one of 2 remaining round 1 matches going off. We've got number 12 Firebroth taking on a returning champion who has not played since they won the tournament in Tournament 4, Dark Lord Gonzo, 12 versus 21. That promises to be an interesting one. Really don't know how much Dark Lord's been playing. It's been like 4 or 5 years. What are we going to see there, guys? We really don't know. But looking forward to that one. And also, I believe, scheduled is E.T. Go Ham, who also made a return after many years off, who lost to Jackamus Wedge in the opening round, will be facing off with a newcomer, Jericho, in a loser leaves town match. In that one. So a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 6 Eastern here on GG Speedruns. You don't want to miss it.
You're right, I don't, but I have work.
Well, that's the way she goes. You just have to check out the VOD. So with that, there's a few other matches also currently lining up. There's some action on Thursday and Saturday. So looking forward to that. But meanwhile, guys, game number 3 is underway. Ladob versus Infinite Mystery. Ladob looking to advance.
Looking to move ahead here in the bonus bracket for sure, as we have the Razor Shield set up. Uses a nuke to clear out at least some of the room, does Infinite Mystery. And now gets a later Razor Shield.
So it's going to be a little more typical for Ladob opening room here. Going to be around 41, 42. He's been slowest one of the match, but not the worst I've seen by any means. It'll be a 52 here for Infinite Mystery. Pretty typical. And opening drop here for Ladob is a spreader. Actually, no, there was some other stuff. I missed it, I admit it. But I don't see much of anything good over there other than that spreader. Picking up a rocket now, and Infinite Mystery is riding some good drops here, getting an orb and some Razor Shield. Really flying around the room, dangerous with that orb swinging so wide. But so far, so good.
Yeah, I did let Infinite Mystery know how close the PB was, and the response was sub 10 is hard. I would have gone further with that conversation, but we had race 3 to go along with.
Well, good stuff regardless there. And Ladob, not a very solid time at all here. And this is easily Infinite Mystery's best opening room, a 147. And escapes the enemy here with the orb intact. Now just needs to get the shrapnels under control.
With them blowing up everywhere, it certainly helps. But yeah, now need something to complement the Razor Shield.
Grenades definitely are not very complimentary, that is for sure. Ladob, meanwhile, not getting that early drop luck that we had seen previously. So out about a 217, 216. Let's see if Infinite Mystery can get out of here in the low to mid 230s. I think it's probably the best case at the moment.
So grenades are the equivalent of what you'd find inside a motel room?
We'll leave that or a slot on the bed, but that's neither here nor there. Coin slot. It's going to be a low 240-ish here after that shrapnel finally explodes. 242. Still his best time to this point. Let's see if he can keep pushing it. Unfortunately, drops the orb there trying to escape the Swarmer hallway.
But held onto it for a long time.
That is true. That was like 2 rooms worth of holding onto it, basically. So easily his best orb performance thus far. Going spreader to rocket. Meanwhile, Ladob still looking for an orb. Runs out those rockets. Gets a foot. That is not really what we're looking for here. Rockets now for Ladob. Spreader runs out on Infinite Mystery's side. Season of Vulnerability, trying to get there.
Ooh, nice grab.
Close. Close at the door. It's going to be a 327 for Ladob. Still no orb. Infinite Mystery's doing a better job of just staying alive and having the gun firing, which really does help your time overall. Helps that kill rate. You can't kill when you can't shoot.
Words to live by?
Well, you know, I could make... Oh,
game!
That was so cruel. Got almost every piece of that swirl, but didn't hit that center mass, which kills the swirl, unfortunately.
It does pick up a dude or an extra life, so that'll help avoid a potential continue.
Gets rockets now, which really help kill a lot of swarmers in a hurry. This is going to be
the end of the room.
End of the room, so pretty close to where it was before, right in those 420 range here. So we'll have to see how it goes. Ladob, meanwhile, finally sees an orb, not in great location, but gets it. Nice job there, firing the way open. Even get back to the middle and gets rockets. But really, everything's tight. Can he get away with it? Sure does.
Wow.
Infinite Mystery forgetting you need the question mark, otherwise it's like a 5-second time penalty to wait for it to despawn. Heads into tank trouble with a bit of rockets, and actually literally 1 rocket, so not able to kill one gunner with it. That's too bad. That shrapnel could not explode. There was too many sprites on screen. Kind of funny how that worked out. Ladob trying to step around some bullets. Great little 2-step there to get away from it. Now just using up the llama here. And went for the ball buster, but missed it, unfortunately. Gets the spreader, though.
Infinite Mystery had some nice dancing around the top of the room, was able to take out one of the gunners before taking a death. Now both gunners down.
Did you see that manual from Ladob? That was excellent.
Impressive.
Dealt a lot of damage, but Infinite Mystery definitely dancing in tank trouble. Love to see it. Gets an orb.
Whoa, nice orb pickup.
Yeah, it was right in the way, but just no problem. Picked it up on a slight sideways cut and just kept going. Unfortunately, though, the swarmers do close in. Here's a spreader for Ladob. This should finish off most of Mutoid Man. As Infinite Mystery takes a death near the right door, picks up a foot, gets a spreader to follow. Oh, a grenade sabotage on Ladob.
Oh, game, why do you do these things?
Because it's Smash TV. A Razor Shield for Infinite Mystery. Maybe give enough protection to finish the room off here. Ladob takes a mine death. Does a little face palm here as Infinite Mystery is going to be out. Has to... There we go. Had to get diagonal away. Can't get near the wall with that Razor Shield. 624. So we're looking for a 327 or better on the Mutoid Man for Infinite Mystery. As Ladob finishes off game number 3. Will advance with a 3-0 victory in this matchup. Now we're on PB watch for Infinite Mystery. And right now, lobbers are a solid drop. Missing a few shots with this one here. Got to step around the bullets. And a little weird thing for those that don't know, every time you shoot Mutoid, there's 2 movements left, like left, right, left, right, that can happen based on the damage of how Mutoid moves. But what you may not know is the bullets that are fired from the...
I think we lost you midway through there. The bullets that are fired from the...
Yeah, that's why I stopped talking. The bullets that are flying also vibrate with the vibrations that Mutoid has. So you got to be careful of those bullets. They can just randomly bend. It's like that movie one. I don't know if I'm going to commentary again tonight. This is really infuriating. Infinite Mystery here is doing a very good job. Look at this.
It's already popped open here, getting some of those shots.
There's a spreader, needs to get. Oh no, he went too. Oh no. All right, seeing it a drop here. We'll have a vulnerability on hand as we have Ladob heading back to Scarface. Fortunately, it's a foot. There's a lobber. Can he get it? Yes. He's got to get away from that range. That's why you don't fire from the side. That's a dangerous place to try that from. And then he gets blocked. He could have pushed in for it, but decided not to use invulnerability. And unfortunately, the PB chance is really fading here.
Lobbers will help, just got to fire in the right direction. There goes the head.
And not going to get the refill here. We'll need at least one more weapon to pop the next form. That is not a weapon game.
That's still a key.
Gets a lobber now, so that's a good weapon for damage. Just needs to land some shots here and try to get the final form out. Still has a PB chance. Final form coming out here. We're looking for Muto to be blown up before 9:39. This is definitely within the realm of possibility. Just needs to keep the fire rate going. There's grenades. We'll not be able to reach it from here, though. 2 shrapnels exploding. That'll help with the potential damage here on him. Here we go. He's got a lobber. Is this going to be enough? Oh, he's going to get run over. There's rockets at the top.
Get to the rocket.
Getting to the rockets now. Looking for the explosion. And yes, playing on the North American version here. Has to be careful. Goes underneath. Travel gets it. That's a PB. Breaking 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Infinite Mystery in his final game in this year's tournament will have a PB. Looks like a 9:37. Congrats to Infinite Mystery on the PB. Get your GGs out, and unfortunately, that's the end for Infinite Mystery. But hey, you like to see him going out on a PB.